Hi, my name is James. I'm the owner of Allied Furnace and AC. We're based over in Kenmore, Washington, which is near Seattle. Decided to shoot this video to show you a installation that we're removing. A previous installer put a furnace in about 15 years ago, and we've decided to recommend a replacement for several really important reasons. I came to this home last week. The client was having problems with the furnace where he wasn't getting enough heat out of it and complained that he never really could. So I took a look at this old furnace, and gosh, this has got to be probably one of the ugliest furnace installations I've ever seen, ever. And so I wanted to show you guys what we ran into here. Basically, as you can see, this is what looks like a pane furnace. It's an 80,000 BTU, 3-ton pane furnace. It's an 80%er. What's really unusual when you look at it really closely is what's this metal here and what's this metal here all about. Well, as it turns out, that's the original housing of the original furnace that was here back when this home was built. And basically what happened was the installer of this newer furnace didn't want to cut out the drywall, didn't want to expose everything so that he could disconnect the old furnace and get it out completely and then slide a new one in its place. And so what he did instead was he removed the blower, removed the heat exchangers, basically gutted the old furnace, and that's the guts of the old furnace is completely removed. And then he slid a new furnace inside the belly of the old one. And he's gone ahead and got some pieces of sheet metal here to try to kind of, connect things up, haphazardly. There's a little bit more in there that's just been kind of taped together. If you look up here, this is where the filter's at. There's no blower door. There's no door over a filter housing here, so there's a massive air leak here because there's no door on it. And it's just kind of, really crappily put together. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be opening up the drywall. We're going to go ahead and pull the entire thing out, and we're going to go ahead and do it right. Okay, so we're about an hour into the job now. We've gone ahead and pulled the old furnace out. You can see here, this is the void. This is what the belly of the furnace looks like. This is the top where this is where the blower housing used to be connected. The blower, which is what moves the air throughout the house. This is where the assembly would have been connected here. That was hacked out by the guy so he could get the furnace in. He actually hacked it, and then he went and bent it down like this, so that way there would be room to bring this furnace inside of it. You look around here, he hacked the bottom of the old furnace out here so that you can see it. He also went and cut little ridges out here. This was so the exhaust pipe could go up. Now, if you look at the previous video, when we first started, the exhaust pipe was literally right up against the drywall. That's the reason why this drywall here is all toasted now, because the exhaust pipe was basically cooking it. Now, by code, there's supposed to be at least a 6-inch clearance with that C-vent material. It was literally right up against the exhaust, and that's why he had cut it right up against the drywall. So that's why he had cut this out. So we're going to go ahead and continue on and remove the rest of the belly of this furnace out. And then I'm going to show you something next. Okay, so this is the old furnace that we had just pulled out. These are the heat exchangers of the furnace. There's 4 of them. This is an 80,000 BTU unit. Now, if you look really closely here, you zoom in on this. I don't know if you can get that, but there's these. You can see that little crack right there. You can see another crack right here. You can also see a crack right here. This is the number 2, and this is the number 3. So at the very least, 2 of the heat exchangers were cracked. Cracked heat exchanger is a serious problem. It creates the potential for carbon monoxide to leak into the home. Basically, the natural gas is being burned, and it's going through this exchanger and heating it up really good. Then the air blows across the outside of them, and that's how you get warm air into the house. But when the heat exchanger actually cracks, then all that poisonous exhaust will actually go right through the heat exchanger and then go right into the home. That's why it's so extremely important to always replace the furnace, or at the very least, replace those heat exchangers if they crack. Okay, so what we've done at this point is we've gotten the rest of the old furnace out. This was the original furnaces with the house. As you can see, it was quite a large unit. And this is the old furnace here that was inside the belly of this old one. This is a pretty large house. This is a nice higher end house. It's about 3,500 square feet.
This old furnace, the small one that they put in there, was so grossly undersized. To give you an idea, when I came out here the first time, it was 45 degrees outside. It wasn't too awfully cold, but the furnace was running about 45 minutes out of every hour. So you can imagine during the winter time, that small furnace was running 24/7, desperately trying to keep the home warm. So anyway, that's out of there now. What we're going to be doing is installing a 120,000 BTU, 95% efficient furnace, which is the equivalent capacity of what this original one was. So that way they'll have no problem heating their home in the winter.
Okay, so we've gone ahead and finished up our install for today and got the new furnace up and running. As you can see, we have the new unit in, the new filter rack in, and it's all been dried, rolled over, and sealed up again. This is a Coleman furnace, also known as York, and really like installing them because they're both extremely efficient. They're made in the USA, believe it or not, and yeah, the quality of them has been very, very good. We've been very happy with them. So this is a 95.5% thermally efficient furnace. That's an extremely good efficiency rating. It's Energy Star rated, qualifies for a number of tax credits and energy saving grants, things like that. So to get this thing roughed in, we also went and put a literature rack just to keep all our paperwork. We put a new gas line on with a drip leg. Those are also required by code. And then we went and vented out the side of the house. We installed a nice ergonomic filter rack. This is really easy to reach and uses a 24 by 24, which is really easy size to buy. And now it's not only a lot more efficient, it's just all around a much better system than what they had before. It's really easy to replace the filters. It's going to save them a ton of money on gas. It's going to properly heat their house. It's all the way up to code and ready for inspection.